right, Oval fans. Now, yeah, we still got a couple weeks before any shows come back, but I'm looking at my list and I'm whittling it down little by little. I have to say that actually I'm enjoying the kind of slower pace at which I'm doing the videos because it feels like they're more natural as opposed to, oh crap, I got 8 theory videos to do before next Wednesday or Tuesday. So yeah, this is a nice way of doing things. But this video is going to focus on the next episode called Going Black. I've already done an episode breaking down the trailer. I definitely suggest checking that out if you haven't done so already. But one of the most talked about scenes from the next episode is the fact that at the very end of the trailer, looks like, we're back at like the Secret Service headquarters in the White House. That's in it's in some place in the White House, but it looks like Kyle has a gun pointed at someone while holding a phone saying no one's going to miss you. And the question is, who's going to die? Because based off the trailer and the dialogue, they're talking about how some people won't make it out alive. So episode 10 might bring about some deaths. That's going to be pretty interesting. Now, I remember when I first saw it and I was talking with a couple of fans about, who do they think is the person on the other end of that gun. At first, I thought it was Max based off the last episode showing, I believe it was called the Fishbowl, episode 9. It was showing us a lot of tension between the two. The fact that, Kyle is kind of like supervising Max now, and Max isn't being fired, but he's kind of being demoted in terms of, yeah, I understand, Donald and, Hunter was pretty much convincing Hunter, I understand Max has been by your family side for quite a while, but things are done a lot differently in the White House as opposed to the governor's mansion. So, Kyle is the one who's going to be taking over, and Max will just be I guess you could say learning the ropes, so to speak. And, even Max told Donald the whole situation about how him and Kyle have been at, odds ever since he got hired. And it's just been a negative experience, so to speak. So once again, at first glance, I would say Max is the one who's staring down the barrel of the gun. But I also think when you flip it around, you have to look at it from the perspective of maybe it's Bobby, because it seems like Kyle is completely done with Bobby. And, maybe Bobby is, confronts Kyle about the whole situation with Lily and Donald. And I was thinking that might be the case as well. But I think when it comes down to it, this was something I didn't think about when I first saw the trailer. Remember how I brought up earlier that Kyle is holding a phone? This could be one of two things. Number one, he has his phone. Maybe he's talking with somebody on the other end, like maybe that's Donald or somebody, and then the person he's holding the gun at, is possibly Bobby. I don't know. Maybe he's talking with Donald, is like, yeah, I have the guy that, your wife shot. What do you want me to do with him? Nobody's going to miss you. Pow. But I'm willing to think it is one of the guys from Picky's area, because in the trailer, we see a scene where Kyle and a bunch of Secret Service agents, like, pretty much storm Picky's territory. Like they're thugs and goons just running around, some of them being tackled like it's football. Basically, like, I guess you could say Picky's crew is kind of like cockroaches in a kitchen where you cut the light on. They try to scurry, and some of them are going to get away, some of them aren't. So it seems to me that I'm guessing the phone Kyle is holding is Gail's phone. Maybe he is interrogating the person with the phone because he would assume that, hey, anyone who has Gail's phone is probably the reason why she got beaten, battered, and bloodied. Even though, remember, she wasn't as banged up from the guys assaulting her thanks to Richard's intervention as she was after jumping out of the limo, where she was clearly scarred and bruised up. Because remember, Hunter at first glance might actually think this was because of those guys. But then it won't be until later in the episode where he finds out about her jumping out of the limo. But I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. But in any case, I think that Kyle is interrogating either Picky or one of the guys. But I want to be honest here. They took her phone. So, yeah, Gail had her phone when she left Picky's room. So I don't think Picky is the one that's being interrogated. I could be wrong. But that would cause imagine if Picky, who is Barry's cousin, who is Richard's nephew, if Picky gets killed, I don't think it's Picky, because I think Victoria will be the one to definitely take him out if it came down to it. So I don't think Picky's the one being interrogated. I think one of the thugs that was roughing up Gail is the one who's being interrogated, or it could have been the guy that was keeping watch, and Richard roughed him up, and I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. But no one's going to miss you. That line is definitely reserved for a throwaway character. Once again, it could be Max, but I don't think so. It could be Bob. Bobby is definitely a contender of, oh yeah, nobody's going to miss him. But I'm willing to put money that Kyle is interrogating one of the guys from Picky's area that assaulted Gail, and he's the one who's going to have the gun pointed at him. Not a guarantee that he would get shot, because Kyle could be using this as a scare tactic, like, you're going to tell me what I need to know, or you're going to die, because guess what? Nobody's going to miss you anyway. So, with that being said, those are just my thoughts. And no, I don't think that's Donald either. I know some people are like, well, Kyle and Donald. Nope, it's not Donald. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. As always, if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button and the bell notification icon. It's very important you hit that. That way, when I post new content, you don't miss out. Because, well, like I said, I have a few more videos like this to do on both the Oval and Sisters. And I have several ambition videos that I've been keeping under wraps, such as the series. The season overview. Is it better than the haves and the have-nots? Is Titus dead? Who did Hunter shoot? And things like that. So, Ambitions, can't wait for season 2. I will say it's a very good show. So, make sure you check that out on the Watch Own app if you haven't done so already. And with that being said, the last thing I want to bring up is social media links in the description below. Make sure to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and join my Facebook groups, because the Facebook groups I have one for Sisters, the Oval, Have-Nots, If Loving You Is Wrong, Greenleaf, Ambitions. Go there, talk with other fans. Just because the show is off the air, the shows are off the air for now, doesn't mean we still can't talk about them. So with that being said, leave your predictions about Kyle and his possible victim below, and I'll talk to you soon.